Look, a wild virgin. Alright, so I went to work yesterday and I was quite nervous. I'm gonna just keep it very honest with you guys, man. I was well, before I went there, I think because I had work at 1, I eventually was working at 1:25, 32, I think 5 o'clock. Yeah, I think somewhere about that. It was quite chill, but I was just very nervous, man. Oh god, I didn't know what to expect. The hour before I had work, I didn't want to go. I'm gonna just keep it very honest with you guys. I didn't want to go because I was very tired, as you can probably just see by my eyes. I am just a little bit tired. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm tired. You can see it? Alright, great. Your boy's been making a lot of videos and editing them till so late, but regardless, I didn't want to go to work because well, I had mentioned in my email 2 weeks before that I had autism, and I was kind of actually a little bit ashamed of it, and a little bit of embarrassment as well in it, because don't get me wrong, I'm very proud of the fact that I've got autism, but just a lot of people still in this day era in society don't actually know what autism is, what it can do, and how it can affect a person positively or negatively. Or they just don't accept you and think you're kind of weird. So I just had like, shit, man, maybe they know I have autism now. I don't think they know it, which I'm kind of happy with. So that means that my privacy was valued and respected in the email regardless, which is just very nice to know. And you'll not believe me, but this actually happened as well. I walk in and I swear to God, a minute or two, three later, the woman who kept on harassing me 2 weeks before, goddamn, was there as well. I was like, oh shit, she probably knows. Didn't even God know a thing. At least I'm assuming she didn't, because either she didn't know it or she was acting. I didn't think she was acting. I think she did know, but she said, yeah, you later said, yeah, I kind of wanted to choose a different time because the morning just didn't come out for me, sleep-wise, because I just sleep really, really bad. And she said, oh, okay, yeah, no problem. My man, it was awkward. I just kept on going on my phone on and off because I just have difficulties having conversations with people, not because I don't like them, it's just in general, man. It's quite difficult for me to actually have a normal conversation with someone, right? But I had work, and to be quite fair, it was very refreshing to see some new people. Because, well, actually, only one or two people there were that I just had never seen before. One of the people I saw was a guy. Yes, we actually had two guys working today, which was just great for me because I felt much more comfortable having a guy with as well. With the fact that before this time change that they offered me, I was the only guy. I swear to God, the only guy from morning to 12 to 1. So it kind of was a little bit awkward as well, just being the only guy there, but it didn't make a big difference. But I'm just very glad I was able to work. And yes, I actually had a very nice chill evening. I kind of missed it. I'm going to just keep it very real. I think 2 weeks before I said I decided to quit my job today, I had no choice. I was just quite full of emotions and just very, I guess, disorientated because just the amount of emotions going through my mind at that certain point, and just stress levels because of that one individual. And now the fact that I'm back at work, and I'm glad actually I didn't quit. Because, well, first of all, why would I quit just because of one person? Second of all, I'm the goddamn Virgin King. I'm strong. Look at these bad boys. Okay, Keegan, don't embarrass yourself. I know. I'm so sorry. Why do I embarrass myself? Gosh, I don't know why. I'm an embarrassment regardless of what I do. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. Don't take it serious. But it was very great, man. I felt so amazing when I walked outside and just saw the seals. However, something did happen today, which was kind of a little bit more sad, man. So we had this seal coming in 855, which is the one I think you've got to self-eat. So the thing is with food, right? You've got self-eating, which just basically means you kind of just throw the fish in the water. They eat it themselves. Force feeding, which is you've got to grab the fish, grab him by the neck, gently obviously, you don't just grab him and just squish him, they bite. And you force feed them, which basically means you feed them with force, that you've got to grab the fish and just kind of like shove it down so they can eat it. Or you've got salmon porridge, which is basically a tube goes through the hair to here, and you just pour some how do you say, kind of like milk almost, that kind of liquid. Shit is nasty, by the way. It stinks quite a lot. But I didn't feed today because there were actually not a lot of seals at all. There was only one actual seal inside quarantine. There were like 5 or 6, 7 outside the old quarantine. And then we had like 8 or 10 outside swimming, which was just great, fantastic. But there was one today which was quite sick, and I honestly didn't know it because I just thought there was a seal. I was just picking up the laundry, just doing my kind of thing, just the kind of things I like to do, the chores, because I could do what I want. I love doing the kitchen. I love doing the laundry. I just think it's quite a lot of fun. So I was just out here trying to collect some laundry that I could potentially find and just put in the laundry. And I go into the right side of the quarantine that's just literally beside the kitchen. I'm like, hold up a minute, there's one goddamn seal here. His ass is not moving at all. It just isn't doing anything. I'm like, okay, well, there's no trash here, no laundry. Let me go to the left side. So I think I just go do the laundry. I think 30, 45 minutes later, I go back. And I just see a towel over his head. I'm like, God damn, that is just very strange. A towel over his head. I didn't disturb him because I had thought at that point he was just asleep. Because that's what seals often do. They just go and sleep. And sometimes they just go in the water and swim. But majority of the time they sleep, which is quite regular. So if you ever see a seal on the beach, don't think that it's stranded because seals often rest ashore just so they can chill. It's quite normal. Don't stress about it too much. But if you are unaware of what can happen, just call the animal wildlife or something. I don't know. Depending on what country you live in, obviously. I don't know what you guys have for hotlines. I was like, that's very odd. I never seen a seal with a towel over its head wrapped around. I was like, okay, cool. Maybe it's just sleeping. Maybe it's very, very tired. Because that is often with seals that are quite young, or have been kicked away from the mother. You often wrap a towel around them, or just a towel or a teddy bear. I know this sounds kind of weird, but we have teddy bears, believe it or not. It's kind of strange, but we have like these teddy bears you just go wrap around towels and you just kind of like gently push it aside them, so it feels like it also gives a very warm and safe feeling. It's kind of the same when you have your feet covered under your bed, if it makes any kind of sense. I personally don't like my feet sticking out my bed because it makes me feel a little bit unsafe. For any kind of reason, so when they are tucked in, I feel great and safe and warm. It's the same kind of thing with them. They've got the little teddy bear, you wrap it around a blanket, you push it against them, and they got a nice warm feeling, which makes them feel safer. And actually often think that they've got their mum beside them, which is kind of sad, man, at the other hand. So I was like, alright, this is just chilling. I just thought it was a little bit odd, to be quite fair, because the glass plate wasn't in. Because you've got like 2 glass plates. Actually, you got you've actually got 6 glass plates, and you've got like a metal gate in like between, so when you just want to go and clean, so when you just want to go and clean, you close it and then you let the water go run, and you just clean the inside, and then you let it fill back up with salt, and you just put the seal back in it and open the gate. God damn it, get out the way. Don't show your ass out, I'm gonna get demonetized. But anyways, I went back and just got the laundry, just decided to get the laundry out again, and your boy was, I think, waiting for 35 minutes, because god damn it took long, the laundry, but it was finally done. So I had done the laundry, right, and one of the workers there, which I think is quite chill, she's very, very nice, and very just quite chill, very chill person. And I said, what's up with that seal? She said, oh, that seal isn't alive. I said, what do you mean? I just saw it 45 minutes ago. Yeah, it was probably not live because it was just in a very, very bad shape, because it's actually been there quite often. I think this was the 2nd or 3rd time within the span of 2 months, which is quite bad. It's very bad if an animal comes that often in a short span. But often occurs with seals is you've got these long parasites, which we call lungworms here, which are quite long. I've seen them. I haven't seen them alive, I think, but I've seen them quite passed away. They're just parasites, really. They're very irritating, but it often occurs with seals. So that's why you've just got to treat them with medicine, because they just won't survive without the medicine. Because often the lungworms, well, it just grows in like fish and stuff. It just travels with them, and then it travels to then it just digestize in the fish, and then I guess the eggs get laid in, and then they just go to the lungs, and they eat from the lungs. They eat the remaining of a whole seal, which is quite scary, to be fair. They can get very long. I don't know the size was, but they can get pretty long. That's what she said. That's so funny. So mature, goddamn it, Keegan. All right, why did you? Kiss me, love you, just to be have my babies. Anyways, Yeah, man, it was sad. It didn't survive it, which I felt kind of bad. And she told me if I didn't mind cleaning the quarantine. I said, yeah, of course, no problem. I'm gonna keep it real, man. I'm quite aware of the fact that what I do as a job can obviously sometimes, they've told me as well in the beginning, that sometimes you're just going to fortunately see certain things that are quite unpleasant. Um, man, I felt really bad, man, because I was like, shit, I thought this little pup was still alive. But when I checked on it, it was quite unfortunately diseased. I just, I didn't want to cry, but I felt really sad when I was cleaning the quarantine, man. It just gave me a very nasty feeling of like, damn, what could I have maybe done? Even though it wasn't my fault, to be quite fair. 'Cause it wasn't. Do I think they could have done more? Yeah, I do. Even though I had no clue what the actual situation was on the animal, like health wise. I always say don't give up on an animal if you actually truly love it. You go do your thing, depending, regardless if it costs thousands of dollars. If you love that animal, you gotta make sure you make it survive, because that's what I would do. If my animal would be on the line, I wouldn't care what it cost, 10, 15 grand. You got my 15K right now. You better make sure that goddamn animal survives it, or I'm suing you. I'ma just keep it very real, man. Animals are very important for me. But it just is kind of how it goes. I'm quite aware, and I just felt really bad and sad, man. Like the first, I came back from 2 weeks of a break, and I come back to an animal being diseased. For those wondering, it's just like a cat and a dog. You just let them sleep with a medicine, and it's the same kind of thing with a seal. And then they just pass out, I suppose. I got no clue how long it takes. I think 6 or 7 seconds, I think, with a dog and a cat, depending on the size of the animal. But after that, we put them in the. Yeah, it's kind of unsatisfying. It's not satisfying at all. So if you don't want to hear this story, you should definitely go click off right now. Just pause it and skip, a couple of seconds later. But what we do basically is just, at least what I've been told, is when a seal passes away. No, we don't chop them into pieces. Goddamn, we don't eat them. No. Put them in a plastic bag. I'm not sure if it's a special bag or any kind of type of bag, but we just put them in the bag because that's all I already know. So you put them in the bag, right, and then put it in a research fridge, which basically means the animal gets researched on what it has. The body gets decomposed, which means that they'll check the whole body, and if they can't find anything, or regardless if they find anything or not, it goes to a special company that burns it. What happens with the remaining? It turns into ashes, basically. That's the only thing I'm kind of known to. But it was great and very nice going back to work. But also just was kind of sad that I had to witness this today. I felt kind of bad, man, but I just couldn't do anything about it because it wasn't my fault. Because it damn near wasn't my fault at all. I couldn't do nothing about the animal being passed away, man. It just wasn't healthy, but I'm going to stick with my argument. I think maybe more could have been done, maybe. Like I said, I wasn't there in the morning because I've changed my times from morning from 1 till 6 at night. Although, they didn't lie when they said it's quite chill in the evening. Goddamn, I was bored. A little bit. But yet again, rather have these type of times and actually do something on my peace instead of being in the morning harassed all the time. But yeah, man, I'm very glad to be back at work. Go work next week Sunday, and I just can't wait what's at work for me. And do I regret? No, I don't. I actually, matter of fact, don't regret going back to work because it's a very good thing for me. I could, I learn every time I learn something new. You should definitely go just do stuff like this as well, man. If you want to do something volunteer, you should go do your thing. Go have fun, man. Go explore what it's about, the real world. Obviously I could just do YouTube the whole time. I just say, okay, that's cool. But I just want to do something on the sideline, I did this twice a week. Cost me a bit of money on the bus. I'm just keep it very real, man. Didn't like it. Twice a week. It was just too much with like 3 channels combined. But yeah, Sunday is just the best time for me because then it's the chill day as well. You've got no one on the roads almost, but yeah, I'm very glad to be back to work, and It's quite a shame what happened yesterday, but I've got to accept it and move on, which I have. Still, I think it's a little bit sad though. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I have a mukbang with my dad coming out later on Keegan Mukbangs. It's going to be a Burger King mukbang video. And then tomorrow, I have a new video on Keegan's podcast, and I have a cigar ASMR coming out. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow basically. Peace out, man.